Let me just grab a reference really quick. Fucking no. God damn it, Windows Explorer. I never asked you to do any of that. Oh boy. Just deleting my... Just deleting my stuff. Let me try green lighting, cause how about that's a little too green. I want this color. What is that? Is that a yellow? Yellow green? Yeah, that's yellow green. Okay. How do objects appear in that sort of light? How about just yellow lighting? Let me see that, because this is more on the yellow spectrum, so most people would probably say that that's yellow. 'Cause it's tough to find. I also figured out how to do that search. It takes a while to even figure out the correct terms for reference sometimes, because like Google is very Google's very like bad at interpreting language, which probably stems from the fact that we're bad at interpreting language. The problems within language really makes you think. Anyway, Google women lounge chair will give you people sunbathing in lounge chairs, but if you just Google like sunbathing or women sunbathing lounge chairs, that eliminates most of the results that I'm actually looking for. So I figured it out, and or women lounging doesn't include the lounge chair, and I need something exactly that, and so I get much better matches when I Google something like woman lounge chair. Stock photo of mature woman in lounge chair. Let me try that photo search. What is that? $49 for this photo. How about no? Web resolution 500 kilobytes. People really want to get paid. This is let's see. Where is that? I'm probably gonna use her for skin tone. lighting is, it's gonna be wrong, but I'm probably gonna use some of, at least like the value. Oh, right, yes, right, of course. At least like the value setup, like I'm gonna try to emulate this value setup on her skin in places. Try to get those values to match so that I could get the value of the skin tones, and then after that I think I can try to screw with it and see if I can get it. Now if I could get the correct head position too, like it's got to be like woman leaning back or something. Yeah, this actually works. Woman leaning back. It'd be cool if I could get it with lighting, but a lot of this I don't really see. I really only need her legs, to be honest. That's all I'm going to be using. That. Oh, okay. Titties. Why? Why though? What? Women free upper body. I love the euphemisms. Free upper part of the body. These people are very creative. Very creative. I don't know. This matches for almost entirely. It's a little bit too much. I'd have to. I might change my face to look more like that. Honestly, I think it would be better for the concept. Because it looks. I think this is much more positive. For the message, kind of. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try a new head position. I'm not sure if that head will work with the torso though, because like to do this, your spine literally has to do this thing, where it's like kinda. I don't know. I think I can give it a more aggressive thing without it screwing up too much. Alright, those will be references and immersion. I need that area. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I think I want to try this, this head. I think it will work much better. Let's try. First things first, I'm going to turn this off so I can paint under it a little bit. And I'm going to make a... What's this? I have some more references. I found some. Alright, yeah. I don't know, I like this one better, I think. This one is actually, this one and this one are much better, I think. I don't need them. I have the references I want. I'm gonna commit those changes. I'm gonna commit this change, whatever it is. And I'm gonna make a backup layer and then yeah. again. I think I almost had it actually. Just skew it a little bit so I don't have to do everything. That's laziness. It's gonna bite me. Probably. It's gonna probably bite me in the back. Kind of like her hair too. Might steal. Why? Okay. Okay, I think that effects works much better because it, you know, it really gives you that feeling of like either resting or some sort of narrative to it. And like straight up faces generally don't give you too much, so when I can, I try to play with the perspective of it. Not sure what the light source will be. Might make it like this thing, and then I can pop it in there. Yeah. Yeah, I've been feeling pretty lazy lately. I almost went into like overtime now. I don't know. I don't know. I guess like the money's much better than what I'm making on the art thing, but like I don't know. I guess I'm career driven, so it's just tough. Like, I don't know. I wanna make time for everything, and I wanna pay the bills, and so it's like it's tough. But yeah, it just like when I come home, I feel like really lazy. I don't want to draw, and when I wake up, I still feel tired because like I only had the one day off, and so like it's cutting into regular time. Ah shit. Okay, that's that. That's 23 minutes. I gotta go check on the fish. That'll be another 15 minutes. Yeah. Set timer 15 minutes. Alright. And I still have to cook and clean and do all this other stuff, so that's also really annoying. I'm gonna bring in a little bit more. Skin tone. I don't think I want this one to be like morbid and scary. I think I want it to be like just kind of, cause like there's ways of doing this that are, you know, perfect for that, but I don't really want to do that. I think I wanted more just kind of neutral. So I'll have to modify the concept a little bit. Can't draw this? Oh, okay, here we go. I think the very first idea I had was charging station, or came up with, and so yeah. Hey Bazary, what's up? How's it going? Just chilling. Putting in some face love. Ultimately, the lighting will probably be a little bit more on the bottom, but I'll see. I'll see what I could do. Might actually like stretch it out. Put it here. Let's see. This is like just a an idea for lighting. It's not actually supposed to technically be there. You know, that might be what I do. Something like that. What you doing, Bazary? What you up to? Working on some book covers. Awesome. Which book? Or is it a secret? Fantasy band of people. Neat. Neat, neat, neat. Used to be some barbarian minstrels. That's interesting. Barbarian minstrels. Sounds neat. I've been on a big barbarian kick lately because I've been playing that Conan game, but I don't know if I want to commit and just make a fan art or something. I feel like that's always a little bit too much. Conan the Barbarian. The game is kind of like, it's kind of addicting, but I don't know. I feel like I'm done with it because I've accomplished everything, pretty much solo too. All the group. Hey, Isabella, what's up, dude? How's it going? My second ever Picardo watcher. Hey, what's up? I don't know what the delay is like on Picardo. Hope it's good for you. I never bothered to check. There, just kind of clicked it. I don't stream on Picardo. Like I just kind of like I clicked it as an enable function. It's like, do you want to? Would you like to? Like, why not? So like, why not? Yes, Bazri. It's an experiment on whether or not, you know, it's worth it. Like it's free, so it's a free action. So, you know, might as well. At least I think it's a free action. I'll have to consider. I was thinking of actually giving those restream people a little bit of money, seeing if I can get, you know, better service. I don't know if the service is bad, but like, is there a better version of it? What can I get for, you know, for my $10? I do have $10 I am willing to part with. But yeah, what's up, Isabella? What's up, Picardo in general? I don't see myself as like fitting the criteria for Picardo, but I think like, hey, you know, whatever. Different strokes, maybe they'll get a kick out of it too. So it's always nice when someone comes by. Yeah, they could see you too, Bazzer. You're right. They can totally see. What's it called? Why the hell are you there? Not at Twitch. I've heard like a mixed thing of stuff on Picardo. I haven't actually looked too much myself past the, you know, the preview image for just logging on. So I don't have too much to say about it. I don't know enough. It's okay. Can't know everything. They've got both fan art and furries. It's totally mixed. Very oh boy. You're gonna get me in trouble. We're gonna be like, why is this guy here? Just like kick him out. Him and his toxic chat. Kick them out. You have strong feelings about Picardo, Bazzery? I personally don't feel, you know, much one way or the other. So. There's like 10 of them anyway. I thought Picardo was pretty big. You know, I thought it was like pretty good. I wanted to like set up more of those accounts because I think you can get what is that one called? The one that you're supposed to only do on your phone. Periscope. I wanted to check that one out as well. Okay, let me see how this face is doing. I think it's much more emotive when it's tilted back. I think that's much better. I have to flip it over to make sure that it's actually better though. Yeah. Yeah, I would say, yeah. You should stream on YouTube if anything. I am actually, but YouTube is tough to get in on. So like, I don't know. I'm not sure how that works in particular. I think you're supposed to make videos and then get an audience first, and then you can stream. Cause it's like, who cares? They don't. I don't think they promote streaming content. I think that's more of a back burner thing. Like you have to, I think you have to first build up an audience on YouTube by making the videos first, and then you can stream to it. I'm not absolutely sure, but that's how I think it is, because they won't just like who, like literally who. Literally who? But I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know how any of these things work. I just have like, you know, a couple of assumptions. I'm also wondering how I'm going to integrate these parts. Some of them should be, I think, should be like damaged, and then the rest should be more like some of them might have to be there, like maybe a part or two have to be there, and so they're not. But I did want it to be like more skin. An image from Tumblr. That's dangerous. Is this cyberpunk? Outer Gold neon signs, Japanese words, grammatic. Why Japanese words? That's always like made me wonder. That exact gradient, yes. And then you open up Masyaj Kuchar and then you go, I wonder who this meme was about. But yeah, I mean, his IPs are exactly that. Like, that's what they ask him for, so. You know, I'm not trying to shit talk Masyaj. Everybody's guilty. Everybody. That's right, yeah. So for him, it's like, yeah, I kind of do have to do the whole Asian characters and all this stuff. That's really weird, like how they've... Oh, hold on, let me check my turkey. I mean my salmon. Salmon turkey. Might as well be a turkey. That's weird. I think because it's frozen or something. Because it's frozen. Cooking like really slow. I set it to 400, so I don't know. Set timer 13 minutes. Let's give it another 13 minutes. Yeah. I wonder if there's gonna be an Akira movie. I think they're gonna do it. I mean, if they did Ghost in the Shell, and I think they're gonna do it. I think there have been attempts. I'm not like absolutely sure, but they were so like not super relevant that I never watched them. Ashtorp Little Akira thing? I think something like that blinked by for me. Ashtorp. I think I saw someone... do like a live action, but then hold on, let me click that. Oh, let me turn on scripts too. Vimeo, Awaken Akira. That's pretty neat. That is pretty neat. I'd probably watch that. I haven't seen that. I think I saw like some of the scenes being put into live action on like Twitter or something. But that, yeah, that's not what I saw. That looks pretty neat. That looks pretty neat. Or I think I saw like 3D models, something like that. Yeah, when I have time, I'll definitely check out the full thing. That'd be kind of neat to work on a title like that. That'd be pretty neat. You really do have to be like the top 1%, though. Artists, concept guys. The best lobster. Oh no. Let me turn my reference back on. Yeah, for some reason I think the latency on Picardo is gonna be like crazy, so even if I respond, it's gonna take like a century for it to get to them, so I don't know. I think I prioritize Twitch and Mixture more anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, hopefully it does work a little bit. I know some people like to just lurk anyway, so maybe I can get some Picardo lurkers. I should probably set up what's called kind of the, I wonder if they have like panels like on Twitch, because Twitch has panels, and I'm sure they have something similar where I could just tell people like, hey, the delay is really crazy. If you Do want to talk to me, because like the delay is actually really good on Twitch. I've noticed that it's pretty fantastic. There are very few things from Curvement recently. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. The less he says, the better. At this point, he doesn't really need to say much. When he does say something, it's like, well, global warming isn't real, and so, I don't know. I prefer Kermit to be quiet. Not retweet PragerU videos. What I want to see is, like, me and my friend have been talking about this for a while. I want to see a Zizek Kermit debate. I think that would be pretty cool. Because they had a Peterson Harris debate again. I didn't watch it because I just wasn't interested. I know that happened though. Oh yeah, did we? Yeah. Yeah, I just wasn't interested. It would be pretty cool for a Zizek Kermit debate. I don't know. I don't know how he's feeling after his stroke. Or you know what? A Dawkins, what's it called? All the cool people have had strokes. It's not fair. I wish some of these other people would have strokes. TBH. No, I'm kidding. No one deserves that. But it is a little sad that some of the coolest people of all time. Yeah, Dawkins had a stroke. I think it happened a while ago actually. So did Zizek. Zizek also had a stroke. Should have been a Christian. Ask God punishing him for his blasphemy. I mean, Zizek talks like he had a stroke before he had a stroke, so it's pure ideology. You know, he already like mangles shirt, wipes shirt. Oh god. He already, like, has, like, these weird mannerisms. They're just, like, they have to be tics or something. It canceled itself out. Oh my god, that's terrible. Man, this ghetto store. Let me tell you some stories from this ghetto store. One of the cashiers addresses a customer that's been like just sitting on the cash register for some reason. She's like fixing her things or whatever, and she's like, "Okay, can you please move? Because there is a disabled person behind you, and maybe you didn't see her, and so you're just like taking way too long doing your bullshit." And she's like, "Oh, it's okay, she's sitting." Because she's fucking in the wheelchair. I was like, what the fuck, dude? That's amazing. Hood takes. I should start a Twitter called Hood Takes. It's just people being disrespectful for no reason. Gotta keep it real in the hood. Yeah, that's that next level. all these people with all these grown old men with like accounts like barking dog or racism dog or whatever. So you're okay, so you're pretending to be an animal on the internet. Gotcha. It's a parody account. I understand. It's a joke. I kind of want to make a parody account like some kind of elephant or hood elephant or some shit like that. It's like he just takes from the hood. Cause like it's so exciting, like in a bad way. A lot of the times, like you just don't know what's gonna happen. You have no idea. You have no idea what can happen even. It's just like, it's so like random. Like someone might just get their shit pushed in on a bus for playing their music. It's like, wait, why were you playing music in the first place? It's like, oh right, it's the hood. I forgot. So it's like you never know. And I'm witnessing all of this, and I'm just like, huh, that's interesting. This would make a really good like comic or something. Like this, some of these things would make a pretty interesting, like what's it called? You know, like a kind of like a, it's not really a documentary, it's more like a look at this. What is going on here? But that would be I'm sure that would somehow be racist. Giving voice to the experiences of marginalized people, racist, of course. Somehow, I don't know how they'd play it, but I feel like can't do that. Twitter account can't do it. Not gonna work. It's gonna get shut down for hate speech. But yeah, talking about what really goes on here is like probably something that someone should be doing, right? You would think that, hey, this is newsworthy, but it like happens on the daily, so it's not newsworthy by definition. But yeah, like until you've seen it, you're like, huh, no one could ever do something like that. Nope. Wrong. You're wrong. Yeah, regular jobs really suck, man. I guess whatever. No, just gotta power through it. Have to make this mass right. Another level. Yeah, it really is a little disheartening, you know, having to deal with like shoplifters all day. All day. They're always stealing something. Shoplifters. Why they do that? Why they gotta do that, you know? It's kind of starting to look like that one meme where you have like her hands and fingers. And it's just like but yeah. I think I even synthesized the leftist argument against talking about what happens in the hood. Because it would sound something like what you're doing is you're framing it outside of context. So you're leaving out the very important context of why these things are happening in the first place. And it's like, okay, there is context. You're right. But to say that you can't talk about something that happens in real life because you're not talking about the context of it is ridiculous. But I think I've seen that pushback on a lot of like journalistic activity, where it's like, I don't know, it's just like, here's this thing that happened. It's like, oh yeah, well, what about the backdrop of capitalism? Why aren't you talking about why capitalism is evil? It's like, but no, what I want to do is I want to just shine a light on this thing that's happening. It's like, yeah, but like, when are you going to talk about why capitalism is evil? It's this constant whataboutism that happens all the time, and it happens all the time for like whatever reason. It doesn't even matter like what you're talking about. It's like it's just gonna culminate in that for some reason. So you can't bring up anything. It's always like, well, yeah, well, what about this? What about that? It's like, what about the thing that I'm trying to talk about? Yeah, but what about? It's constant. It's constant. I was on a forum. God, I should stay away from forums. Oh man. I don't understand how this has gotten to this place though, where you can just like, you could do anything. It doesn't really matter what you do. It could be the worst thing in the world. You could censor the press 100%. You could just drive them away from your political meetups, and then you could spin it as like protecting marginalized voices or something. It's the most ridiculous shit. I just like, I feel like I'm living in this weird place, or getting challenged to a debate is now sexual harassment. Like, I don't understand how we got here, but this is like this constant like whataboutism, some kind of deflection mechanism where it's like anything can just be like, well, okay, you can't do that because it's actually racist. Challenging someone to a debate is sexist. You know, this type of thing. It's just like, it's like, what? How did we get here? Wouldn't it be, you know, the opposite of sexist to challenge someone to a debate of the opposite sex? Wouldn't that be saying, hey, I value your opinion and I think we have a lot to talk about? Isn't that what you're saying? But no, it's like, no, it's actually sexism. It's like, what? How does that work? That's dog whistling. You value my opinions? That's dog whistling for like some nonsense. Like, what? Oh no. I just don't get it. There's I think I saw some of the most interesting shit I've seen in like a week. The Amazing Atheist covered what I think is a Poe, like a very obvious Poe, because the stuff that he says is so ridiculous. It's like all the actors in Hollywood are trans, and I could prove it. And he has like these long videos where he goes into Photoshop and he's like, look at this nose, it's obviously been changed. And Well, I think what he's uncovered is plastic surgery, in maybe in a couple cases, and he's like, okay, yeah, um, this is a conspiracy of the highest order. I don't know. I watched like the intro to it, and I was like, what does that mean? Why would anyone do this? Why would anyone try to? It's got to be a Poe. It's got to be fake. Hey Bert, what's up, dude? I am not saying that. You're trying to get me in trouble for sure. It sounds way too close. I'm gonna call you Bert. The Illuminati turning all the Hollywood actors into some kind of trans people. They're all trans. Why? I don't know. I saw The Amazing Atheist cover this, and I again he's got some fresh content sometimes, and I think he's turning over a new leaf. He's just so out there, you know. He takes all those risks and they almost never pay off, so I feel really bad for him. But yeah, this one, I think he's figured out a way to, you know, revitalizing his dead brand, and it's finding weird shit on the internet and commenting on it, which is like what he's been doing the whole time, before he, you know, switched over. But yeah, this whole thing where some guy has made this account. I think he got poed. I don't think that's a legitimate conspiracy theorist, because there's so many of them that are just crazy, like the Earth is flat. It's like, yeah, that sounds like someone's just trolling on the internet, but it's actually real. But this one is way more ridiculous than that. I think way more ridiculous, because there's no reason to even believe it. Like, there's like some kind of unfalsifiable, really bad bullshit logic that you can use to get to the Earth is flat. But yeah, conspiracies are for people who are too bored with reality usually. Could you prove that the Earth isn't flat? The positive proof. It's difficult to acquire. How much effort people put into these things, all these crazy people. Yeah, I feel like they're also just bored. I'm kind of waiting for them to come out and be like, hey, this was all a joke. Haha, got him. I mean, there's legitimate reasons to suspect conspiracy, sometimes, right? But 99% of those times, it's just like it gets drowned out in all this nonsense. Like, you couldn't float a real conspiracy theory, because it's just you get equated to these people who believe all the actors in Hollywood are trans, or that the Earth is flat. You can't. There's no way to. Now, if there was real, abuses of power, stuff like that, like you could never do anything about them, because we're flooded with bullshit all the time. And I think that's a feature, not a bug. That's a feature. Just kind of like how we've almost no legitimate music with like a political message gets any sort of hype. Like, there's like peaks of it. Like, you could sometimes you get one or two, and then it's like back to Nicki Minaj. Like, you'll get Don Glover's This Is America, for instance, and that's gonna go top of the charts, and for like a couple days people are like, oh, hey, yeah, I remember this is an interesting message. All right, let's go back to my booty so big, or it's like they had to release like a fucking cow fucking rap to get people. I feel like fuck, some of these videos are just so bad. I don't know. People really like them though. It's like, why? Why do you like stuff like that? Moo cow, moo moo. Just like, fuck. Why do you like shit I don't like, man? Conspiracy come up if you have intelligence with no wisdom to realize the falsity of your ways. Maybe, maybe. Maybe. There are like legitimate conspiracies. Like, they're not like, what's it called? They're not as overt as people want. Like, it's not like a shadowy cabal sitting in the back, you know, with cigar smoke, and they're just like thinking about like, how are we gonna do this, do that. But no, there's groups that function as a unit and to fulfill goals, and they push goals. That's literally like a way of operating as a human. It just happens. Like, you don't have to be a conspiracy nut to say like, okay, so if 12 major social media platforms decided to do one thing on the same day within 12 hours, they had to have talked to each other in order to plan this. This is not out of the blue. Especially if it comes like for no particular reason. Yeah. Then you're like, huh, so there was no update, they just kind of did it? Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Conspiracy theories. I don't know, like, some of them, like, I'll listen to Joe Rogan talk about his aliens. Like, I don't think any of that is gonna come to fruition. I don't think he's gonna uncover anything, but I'll listen to it. Like, it'll be fun for a little bit. Or ancient civilizations that are just kind of impossible, or at least unlikely. Unlikely. I don't want to say impossible because that's, well, how do you know, man? I don't like these turning the friggin' frogs gay. I don't like that. I gotta scream to do Alex Jones. Can't. Alex Jones not able to turn the frickin' warn people that they're turning the frickin' frogs gay anymore. Yeah. It's like the pyramids. Aliens built the pyramids and shit. Yeah. Ancient civilizations is interesting. I feel like they would have left a footprint much larger than you know, like nothing. I feel like I made the head too big, and then like it's doing a lot of stuff that I'm not really liking. Mostly in this pass though, so I'm just gonna erase it. yeah, hey, you know what? If you like thinking about it, you know, think about it, but like, just don't go crazy and like, I gotta tell the truth of the world to all my listeners. I've been watching Glenn Greenwald go apeshit on Twitter recently. He's going crazy, man. He's going like full on savage. He's just like savaging these people. You should definitely check out his Twitter because he's a spicy boy. Spicy boy. Lately, his tweets have been just eviscerating just the right people. And you've never heard of Glenn Greenwald? That's interesting. He's a person on Twitter. Let's just put it that way. Might as well. Just getting savage. He's a journalist. He's a journalist. Doesn't really say much about him. Much good, anyway. I feel like since you've let BuzzFeed be classified as journalists, you've kind of taken out any of the respect that was left over from, like, I don't know, the Vietnam era, and now it's just gone. It's all gone. One of my favorite comedians is actually getting pretty big now. Just kind of cool. His name is Louis Spears. He's always made like really good work, I think, in my opinion. Like, it's always fresh and it's always like fun to watch and fun to listen to. He's on YouTube. He's getting pretty big. He's doing actual tours now, and yeah, really nice to see something like that, something good happen for someone that's worked hard for it. Always good to see something like that. You might know him because he was on Rebel Media, and he fooled Ezra, the lead, I think the owner of the what's called the publication, into believing that he was an Antifa thug by just saying like the most random shit. And Ezra was like, "Yeah, this is totally legitimate. I love this." And he just like he was scooping it up. He was like, "Oh man, I finally like I have the piece that's gonna get me to what's called." What a buffoon. What a buffoon. Get wrecked. They had to print a retraction after they figured out they got what's called bamboozled. But yeah, he's doing like tours in Australia. Bamboozled. He got bamboonied. But yeah, he has a lot of really good gaffes on on the YouTubes. I really enjoy his work. YouTube's kind of the place for comedians now, I guess. You really can get discovered, or, you know, build an audience. Because it's so easy to reach just so many people. Just that usually those people aren't, you know, in your neighborhood, so they won't be coming to your shows. Not in love with what's going on with the face. Alright, I'm gonna flip it over. Work on it a little bit. But yeah, most of these conspiracy theories are such a waste of time. They're very fun to like watch and listen to though. Ironically. I want to stress the ironically part though. I feel like that's not getting across. I feel like the face is misaligned right now. I feel like I have to work on these forms a little bit more. A lot more. Make sure that they're reading correctly. Why can't I steal art skills? This is so good. Hey, thanks. Yeah, definitely check it out when it's finished. I'm still struggling with a lot of the parts. I'm not sure how I'm gonna fix it. You can steal art skills, by the way. All you gotta do is, you know, figure out what that person did. And then just, yeah. Do that thing. Figure out how to do. Sometimes people tell you. Like I'll tell you. Read books, do the hard work. Yeah, I think it's this nose that I'm gonna cut in. Nose and eye socket probably. Yeah. That's called copying, not stealing. Stealing is when you don't have whatever is stolen anymore. Well, I assumed that you were using it that way, yeah. You're right, in that way then it would be impossible. Unless you know, were able to somehow, I don't know, open up their skull. And literally take out that portion. Then maybe you could steal art skills. Usually if you take it out, it stops working. That's true. I think we just haven't figured out how to do that correctly. I think there was supposed to be a brain transplant of like a world event at some point. I haven't checked my count. I think it was September. Pretty sure it failed. The thing is, I don't think you'd be satisfied if you could steal it. This is like one of those things. Maybe all things are like this, but I don't know. That it's better to earn rather than steal. I have done my first animation like yesterday, aka 3 frame GIF loop. Yeah, you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere. Oh shit, what's my timer? Oh fuck, I didn't do that. I think I'll just leave it in the, I think I'll just leave it in the, what's it called? I'll leave it in the oven, you know, maybe it'll finish cooking by itself, cause it's weird. I see, I think the delay is kind of crazy for YouTube as well. I am, yep, I am. It looks like the fish is not burnt, so should be good. Trace a drawing I did on a sticky note into a flip a clip 3 times. So now it's a loop of the same picture, but it flickers and stuff. That's not animation. Unless you're talking about like Beavis and Butthead level animation. I think a clip of from the show actually went viral on Reddit the other day. It was just like, it was them explaining what animation is and isn't. It was just them sitting there as some other guy narrates. Technically, because it's supposed to sway around and stuff. The whole point of it, I guess you could say it's a bad animation. The whole point of animation is to depict movement, right? And so, if you say, well, this is an animation, this illustration is an animation, it's like, you can say that a distinction exists only in language, because language is so perilously flawed. You can have such clear-cut distinctions. I think we're still grappling with that fact. We're still grappling with some of these things, because you can make traps within language that have nothing to do with reality. But they work in language for some reason. And it sounds like this still image is an animation. You can say that it's I need to cut it like here a little bit, flatten it out a little bit, because I think I have too much of it. Character in the background blinks, if that counts, in 3 frames. I don't know too much about animation. I think it's the same same thing as the question, is it art? You could say anything is art, and I think that's the wrong question to ask. I think the correct question is it good art? Is it representative and meaningful? Does it say something interesting? That type of thing. Because it's like, for some reason, this distinction doesn't carry over very well. Like, is it medicine? Yes, it is medicine. Is it good medicine? No, it's not. But like, what we do is we categorize. It is like we will just categorize it out of the thing. So it'll be like, is alternative medicine medicine? No, it's not. It's alternative medicine. You see? So usually we don't have these problems with other fields, but with art, it's like can't do that. It has to be like creativity greater than skill. Creativity is skill. I don't think that distinction exists. I don't think you can what's called. One comes with the other, and the ability to make something interesting and novel is itself the skill that you're developing. I don't know if you can just, like, again, see something that exists only in language. Like, what does that have to do with reality? And you can make these claims, but they're like not much to do with the reality of the thing. So I tend to just draw and not talk about these things. I really don't really care either way, because at the end of the day, the only thing language gets you is headache. It's better to have a good idea and a bad drawing than to have a simply uncreative idea and then a really good drawing. I don't know. I feel like those things come together. I don't think they come alone. Both of those are developed at the same time. You develop the ability to make interesting drawings as you develop the ability to create good ideas, and so usually that's why people who have good ideas are also able to depict them so well. That's just kind of how it is. Unfortunately, people who can't depict them might also not have good ideas either. That's just kind of the way it is. And if they do have good ideas, we'll never know, because, you know, they can't speak. Same thing with, you know, what about, you know, what is consciousness, and are animals conscious? Like, we don't know functionally. Until they're able to speak, we can't know, so it's just how it is. Until they are able to communicate rather than, you know, speak. Speak is a word I'm using for communicate, but I know that you're gonna... Well, what about non-vocal speech? Because you're a great artist, but you have terrible ideas, and all you draw is bowls of fruit, then what's the point? I don't think you can do that. Like, again, so this is a claim outside of reality. Who is this artist that draws bowls of fruit? Show him to me. Show me his popularity. Like, this great artist. Like, again, a priori, like, true that he exists. This is like, it's bad to exist in this way. But it's like, where is this artist? I've never seen him. What does this claim have to do with reality? And the thing is, it has nothing to do with reality. It's a pedagogical kind of implement. So you probably heard it from an art teacher, and the art teacher is simplifying reality to get a point across. Unfortunately, it's been reduced so much that it's absurd, and so basically says nothing. Yeah, I understand that it's a hypothetical. The thing is that this hypothetical has no way of existing in reality. Like, it's a yeah, I get that, but, like, again, it has nothing to do with what actually happens. That's what I'm putting to you, is that you're like, when you're comparing one to one, sure, that's fine. But, like, when you're equating, like, oh, well, what about this? What about this? Never seen this happen. Amazing Bowls of Fruit Boy. Amazing Bowls of Fruit Boy is out there, man. He's out there killing it somewhere. I just never heard about him. He's crushing it. Crushing it, man. I don't know. My music stopped. Where's my music though? I just want some calm, breezy, chill music. That sounds good. Yeah, most people don't like their ideas challenged. I've noticed that most people just want people to agree with them. This every time I talk to someone. And the thing is that if you're not able to argue your own points, then like, how can you, you know? How can you blame me, man? I don't know. I guess I'm in this kind of mode where the people I talk to don't care about having their ideas challenged. That's why I keep talking to them. And so we kind of go into this back and forth about, well, they'll present an idea and then they have to defend it. It's not this way of like, I'm just gonna say some shit on Twitter and people gonna like it. Because there's plenty of people that'll just agree with you, for various reasons. They don't care about ideas or like the veracity of it. Just like, I'm gonna agree with this. True. Trizzle. I've noted this phenomenon. But me personally, I just like, I don't know. I don't care for it. Challenging the fixed idea is what gets you turned into a meme though, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want to do that. But yeah, a lot of these things are just things that people tell themselves to feel better about themselves. Feel better about their shortcomings. Cause Nietzsche says, all idealism is mendacity in the face of what is truly necessary. And I think he's got it mostly right. Alright, I think I fixed some of the problems with the head. Some other problems have come up though. Now I'm not actually sure where the eyes are. Just kind of have blobs there. I think I just have to lower it a little bit, and then we're good. What's on this one? Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna make. Okay, this will be. This is a backup layer, right? Yes. Okay, so this will be my layer now. I just have to put it down a little bit, and then we're good. Some of these are starting to develop forms now. There's quite a lot of parts of her that don't have form. They just kind of like shape. Bad shape too, not great shape. But it's starting to look up, I think. A lot of these parts are starting to look up. Look even better once I have like the lighting and stuff figured out. Probably silhouette her out. Good. Clapper. Why would you call yourself Booty Clapper? Is it a description? This one looks a little thin and that one looks a little fat. Arms. You know, I actually realized that some people think the language is absolute, and they actually think in words. That's pretty funny. Because if you do think in words, then you... If you limit yourself to that, alright, if you limit yourself to just words. Derrida describes the process that goes on in your head as arcade thinking. So it's not really a new concept. But I think he missed the fact that some people don't do that. You could tell that they don't do that because when they tell you something, they assume that you automatically understand it, like 100%. Because the language is absolute. Art your writing too. He coined so many terms. It's hard to read because he has like 20 words that are just his like little friggin' vocabulary. Someone told me that if you did have something new to say, you would have to have new words. That sounds kind of true. But I'm not absolutely sure about that. Putting this in the background. Maybe that's why a lot of writing manuals, the writing isn't very useful. It's because there's too much of that language being lost. And so you have to use a word that is so compact, so small, but it means so much, like value. So to get to the depths of that word, you'd have to go very far, I think, to truly understand it. It's kind of like a chess scenario. Very easy to understand those first few premises. Very difficult to get to the end of them. Deceptively simple. I'm gonna have to use this design on this thing. I think I like this one much better. It's much more like fluid. It's got interesting silhouette. It just needs to be, you know, pointed out that it is a silhouette and it does exist here. Like this weird circle thing. I think I will be going with repair rather than experiment. I think I like that concept better. I just have to figure out how this thing works. Still haven't figured that out, even though it's been there the whole time. Say. Kind of a difficult shape. Not really. It's an easy shape, but I'm having trouble with it anyway. I'm going to establish it as a plane and then I'm going to flip it. I believe that's about right. Okay. Okay, no. Wait, hold on. Oh, that's a tough one. I'd have to know. I'm gonna make these calculations wrong, I think. Yeah, I think I made them wrong. See, because it's a plane that's indented from this plane, there's a triangle of... I'd have to get this triangle right both times. And then, once I have that, I just need to... hope and guess that I get the middle part about right. Once I have that, I can... This one is difficult. And then I have to flip it over this thing. Because I'm making it a square, right? And then I want to create an identical square with that new boundary. And so... I think that's about right. That's a difficult calculation. Can't do that one intuitively at this level. Okay, now I just have to... that's too flat. That's too flat. I think I need to make it. Okay, here's the thing, like, because it's not straight, it's tilted. Alright, I have to account for that tilt better. that's wrong, but it's close enough. Close enough for now. I think this bottom line especially is a little bit, what's it called? Should be a little bit more like that, I think. What I might do is I might just take the easy way out, make it just an ellipse. Just make it a box and then make it an ellipse. Sorry. Where are we at now? Let's say that that box was correct. I think I have to. The ellipse tools is about right, not really. I'm not sure if that's better. I will have to get that shape correct before I do anything with it. However, like I want it to look like this. Hey, Rock Out Guy, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Sorry for the buffering. Don't mind me just lurking. Lurk away. Lurk away. Ah, man. There's so much about this that I do want to change. I'm starting to get the silhouette I want and kind of the what's it called for the character. Most likely I'll have a like a top-down light here, like I will for her. I think this creates too much of a weird tangent in the composition, so I'm gonna probably kill this. You know, elements just come in and go. Probably do want something here. I'm just not sure what. Probably feel like a robot. Or maybe, you know, maybe I could put in a person here. So far it's all automated. But maybe I could like show you what a human looks like. Terra. Could just be chilling out here. Maybe. I don't know. I probably won't. I'll probably just do the background. An interesting background. A lot of this will be, you know, covered up by skin. Just got torn. Eventually, that's what I'm gonna do. Gonna have like mostly skin and just like blemishes of the elements rather than Maybe not the bikini one. Definitely not for all streaming. Lewd. I was watching a Shadman stream the other day. It's actually really entertaining. He floats like ideas for movies. Very funny, very funny premises, very unique. Guess you have to be, you know, in order to like write and produce and draw and do all these things. Still get hated on. Yeah, the lighting will look something like this. I'll have that in there. Probably be more like lighter. Something like that. Yeah, it's a neat little concept. I want to do it justice though. I'll need more time on it. But I gotta go because I gotta eat and then get ready for work. So catch you guys later. Thanks for coming by.